Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So as you've seen, working on the old 8050 here today. Had a little struggles of getting the rear tires off just because they're fluid filled, so they weigh a crap ton. I didn't realize this rim's ate out as bad as it is, but got both wheels and tires off. Yeah, and both are full of fluid. But the guy that won the 70-20 on auction time is interested in the rear tires, so he's coming today to pick it all up. So yeah, I had to get him off of there. And then I've been pretty busy on this fine Saturday morning, and then I finally got a new tripod. I upgraded. This thing will go like 6 feet tall, so it's sweet, and it ain't blown over yet, at least at that height anyways, because today it's a little windy. So I got a new tripod, I got a new mic set up, so trying to make the videos good quality for you guys. But today, before we get any farther into the video, I need to read a Bible verse over you guys. And today it's coming out of Luke chapter 6 verse 35, and it says, "But love your enemies and do good, and lend, expecting nothing in return, and your reward will be great, and you will be sons of the Most High, for he himself is kind to ungrateful and evil men." I believe that, just because when you're mean to someone, it doesn't do you no good. If you bully someone, it don't do you no good. I mean, it makes the person you're bullying stronger, but it just does no good. It might make you feel good, but it don't do no good. So just be kind to everyone and treat everyone how you want to be treated. But yeah, today we're working on the 8050, tearing it down for parts. As you guys seen, I hauled it in, and it has been in a fire, if you guys watched that previous video. And then I hauled it home when it was windier than crap, and this door blew open and busted that window out because the latch ain't very good. Because when I went to take that tire off, my deer skid steer don't lift as much as the old Bobcat. So once that tire went, my skid steer went and bounced the door open. But this tractor was in a fire, which is why the windshield and this lower window's busted, because the fire was right in here, ruined the wiring harness and all the lines that are right there, all the hydraulic lines. But everything else seems to be good. The motor runs good. And the guy told me he was running using it when it caught fire, so I believe the transmission is good as well. I wasn't able to drive it just because all the lines are burnt and all the fluid's going everywhere. So yeah, motor runs great. If you guys need a complete motor, I'm gonna leave it complete for now. But I guess if you guys want parts off of this motor, feel free to get in touch with me. I can shoot you some prices and whatnot, or buy it complete for $3,800. It won't come with this starter that's on it, just because I robbed that off the shelf just to see if this tractor ran, but it will come with this starter that needs gone through. It needs gone through, it don't work. But yeah, I got the fuel tanks off just because that's easier to get off when the tires are on. And then I got the rear end fluids drained as well, just because, yeah, it's easier to get all the fluids and the stuff underneath off before you get them rear tires off of there. So I think what's up next is get this cab yanked off of there, and then probably pull that motor out. I might go ahead and pull the hydraulic pumps and whatnot off while it's kind of still up, just because when I split it, that's going to drop down and it's going to be even harder to get to. But yeah, I guess I don't know what else to tell you guys, other than I better get to work. I got the cab yanked off of the 8050 here. The wiring is all junk on this tractor, as you can tell, junk. Had to disconnect all the steering lines and whatnot because the steering column comes out with the cab on this tractor. But overall, it came out pretty easy. Yeah, as you can see, I just cut those two lines because they're a pain in the butt, but I took that one off, and then all the brake lines and whatnot, got all them off. And then all the wiring I just cut because, yeah, it's junk. And then I disconnected all of the cables except for the PTO cable. I just torched it off just because it was a pain in the butt. But yeah, I got all the cables disconnected, as you can tell. The cab pretty much stripped down. I'm gonna remove those levers and third remote lever so I can sell it, and then probably got the dash as well so I can sell it too. But I've already got the doors off, as you guys seen in the time lapse. The cab was only on there by like 4 bolts, so it came off pretty easy, but this cab is a lot heavier than it looks. So yeah, it's off of there. So now what I need to do is power wash it, because as you can tell, it is disgusting. And just all nasty from the fire and whatnot. And then get the motor pulled out from there and whatnot. Here's all the other parts that got removed. I'm gonna send the radiator off to the machine, or the radiator shop, get it gone through. But other than that, here it is. The AC was in good shape. Went to disconnect the lines and tons of pressure in them, so that's a good sign. But I guess I'll set you guys on a tripod and see if I can't get it clean. Now that I got it somewhat washed, it's a lot better than what it was, but it's still quite filthy. But I'm covered from head to toe in grease and dirt and crap. But now that it's kind of rinsed off, I'm gonna get the hydraulic pump pulled and probably the valves off of the rear here, and then probably the motor yanked out of it, and then I'll give it another good power washing, just because it's still filthy and nasty. But I'm gonna wait on the ground to dry out a little bit, so I'm gonna go work on another tractor while the ground dries, and then I'll come back to this here and set you guys on a tripod and get the hydraulic pump and motor out of it. Definitely making some pretty good headway here today. While you guys were on the time-lapse mode, I got most of the lines off and all this crap. And then I turned you guys off of time-lapse mode and went inside, ate some lunch, and then I came back out here and got the hydraulic pump removed. And then if we come over here on the other side, got the starter removed and a few other miscellaneous things here and there. Went ahead and pulled that filter out. Got the valves off of the rear, and then pulled the top link bracket and the PTO shaft out, which are right over here, as you guys can see. So I'm gonna probably tear that valve assembly apart, and I left all that together for now. And then my starter, I might be selling it to someone else, but It's a good piston pump and dual pump if anyone needs a pump off of an 8050 power shift. 1,500 bucks and it's yours for both pumps. But what I need to do next is get the motor out of here. So I'll probably drop the front wheels and then get the motor chained up and get it pulled out. Shouldn't be too hard. And then I'll go ahead and give it a good power wash again and then finish tearing it the rest of the way down. I haven't decided whether I'm gonna split here yet or not, because, well, I'll probably keep the transmission complete, try to sell it complete, and then the rear end, I might strip it all the way down. I'm definitely gonna pull the PTO guts out of there, because those sell pretty good. So need to get those out and go from there. So I guess I'll set you guys on the tripod and get this motor out of there. Like that, the old 8050 is in 3 pieces now. Yeah, the motor, I decided to set it on a pallet for now, so I can go ahead and wash it and not fling gravel up on it, and then sell it hopefully the way it sits, but I will tear it down the rest of the way if I have to. $3,800 the way it sits like this, but runs good. I'm gonna need some new filters and whatnot, but the AC compressor has been gone through and works, but you're gonna need a new muffler here too. It's junk. The stack was junk, so I just torched it off. Front axle over here, I'm gonna go ahead and get the air cleaner off, the steering cylinder out, probably go ahead and take the tie rod off in the knees as well, just because this one is brand new, it looks like, and that spindle has, or that knee and spindle has been replaced. So that's that on the front axle, and then over here on the rear axle, or yeah, the rear end and transmission, I ain't gonna do it today, but maybe tomorrow. Come back out here, split right here, and then I'll flip up the rear end and get the PTO guts out from under it, because the access panel's right here underneath, and then you got to take a few bolts and pins out to pull the PTO out. Then I'll get that valve off, this valve and the PTO valve off, and then that'll be that on that, and finish tearing the cab down, and this 8050 will be done, and then all I gotta do is list it all on eBay. But yeah, some of these parts need cleaned up. The starter's no good, like I said in a previous video. But yeah, here's some miscellaneous lines. I might keep a few of them, but the others will get thrown away. And there's the center hood panel for it. Some dash pieces there, and the front tires are 1100 16s. The rears are 18438s. One rim is pretty rough on the rear. The other rim is in pretty good shape. I'd say the tires probably have 40% tread left. So if you need some 18438 rears with spin out rims, $1,000 and they're yours. These front tires, I'd probably take $500 for the pair. They're 4 rib tires, so 1116 8 lugs. So yeah, I guess that's that. I'll set you guys back on the tripod now, do a little bit more washing. Got the motor all washed, looking pretty good. And yeah, got most of the grease off there. My power washer likes to peel some paint, but that ain't no biggie. And then over here, I kind of got it rinsed off, but the power washer ran out of gasoline. So yeah, I didn't get it too rinsed off, but I mean, it's better than what it was. And at least I won't get too grody. Tearing the rest of it apart. But I think that's where I'm gonna end off today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you need parts off of this 8050, feel free to get in touch with me. I'll leave my email in the description below. And some of the parts might be on eBay by the time you guys see this video. So if you are interested in parts, feel free to go over to my eBay store, see if they're on there. And then if they aren't, feel free to shoot me an email. I can shoot you some prices and get you a shipping quote. So I guess if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that like button for me. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. And if you haven't already, make sure to go grab yourself a sweatshirt or a hat. They're listed on my eBay store. The sweatshirts are listed separately because I can't figure out how to put all the sizes in one listing. So you have to click on the listings to figure out which sweatshirt is which. And they do run a size small, so make sure to grab a size larger. If you're a guy, if you're a lady, then they fit perfect on you. So yeah, I guess that's that. And I guess I'll catch y'all on the next one. Thanks for watching. And just like that, the tie rod and steering cylinder are off the front axle, and the PTO guts have been removed.